UPB's Musikmesse 2017 coverage is sponsored by Plugin Boutique, the place for music plugins.
I'm Staffan from Nord Keyboards, and I want to show you some of the new cool features on the Nord Stage 3 for the BPP followers, and really excited to show this to you today. This is the first day of Frankfurt Musikmesse, and we just released Nord Stage 3. So I will quickly show you what is new, what the new specifications are, and a little bit of how it sounds. So let's start off with some of the obvious things. For instance, you now have a dedicated OLED display for the Synth section and an OLED display for the program section. This, of course, with the synth makes it much easier to get an overview of how the synth is set up, and with the program section gives you a great overview of which sound engine is active and what piano sounds are selected, etc. at all times. It also helps out all the new list modes that we have for selecting sounds, for selecting programs, etc. So two new displays. Another new cool feature that we'll have is that we have four keyboard zones now, 3 split points. I'll show you that with the sound fairly soon. Just what you can do with these new split points and some of the new features there. Piano section, new things, increased polyphony, 120 voices, increased piano memory, which is now 2 gigabytes. So a great improvement for the piano section. We have some new categories in the piano section as well. Of course, new piano sounds that we put out will be available to all Nord users as well, not just the Stage 3. Another minor thing for the piano section, have EQ curves. What used to be the clav filters are now available for all pianos, but will be slightly tweaked to fit other piano sounds in the clavinet. So another thing, the song mode or setlist mode, very similar to the setlist mode on the Electro 5. So lots of good new performance features that I will show you with the performance now as well. Synth section is very much based on the A1 synthesizer. It's got all these oscillator configurations that you got with the Nordlit A1, except you now have the display to easily see how you have the synth section set up at all times. So whatever you do in the oscillator section, the display will tell you how it's being set up. So, and of course, most importantly, the A1 synth engine really sounds fantastically good. So that's the main improvement here. Filter section of the synth, very similar to the A1. You've got the M transistor ladder filter, great for classic, highly resonant sounds, etc. We also have a new filter, which is a low pass plus band pass filter. And in fact, since I'm here, let me just quickly show you how that filter sounds, because that's something we introduced because we wanted a filter that could give you airy, highly shaped sounds that would be useful for all the different oscillator categories. So, quick example. So what you have here is actually a low pass filter and a band pass filter that interact with each other. So as you notice, as I changed these, the interaction between the two filters was changed. So that's really useful, especially with a new oscillator category called super waves, which are things like super saws, etc., that are sounds using a lot of oscillators that aren't really possible to create using the standard oscillator modes. Other new things in the effects section, although it's fairly recognizable to other products, the previous Nord Stage and the Electro 5, etc. We have all the classic effects, of course, within the Effect 1, Effect 2 sections. In the delay section, we added a filter for the feedback tail. That's one of the things, since we're showing you prototypes today, that's one of the things I can't show you. But it's a nice addition will be a nice addition for the delay. We also put a dedicated panel control for the analog mode on the delay here. For those of you that don't know what the analog mode is, that's actually something which, as you adjust the tempo of the delay, it behaves like an analog delay would do. Here I'm showing you this by using aftertouch within this patch. So yeah, so that's something you had before, but you had to activate it on a global basis. Now it's here on the panel. The amp simulation section and EQ section has an addition. It has two filters, a low pass filter and a high pass filter that can be used for any sound engine that you want. That's highly requested and useful as well. And one other really cool thing, the reverb and compressor is now independent per slot. So if you want to, like in this case, for instance, where I'm using two different grand sounds. One grand sound on slot A, a different grand sound on slot B. One has reverb and one doesn't. And again, I'm using aftertouch to go between them. So as you hear, I can move seamlessly between a very dry and very wet sound if I wanted to. I could also morph the reverb dry-wet parameter if I wanted to. That's another way of getting this, but here I'm using two different sounds. I could actually change this to a electric piano sound just to make it even clearer. So. So it's actually much more useful and provides for much more creative things than I could imagine before I got to try it myself. All right, so here I'll show you what you can do with the new split functionality. As mentioned, we have 4 keyboard zones now, 3 split points. And another addition to the split functionality is you can set up from the split menu here, you can set up the split width for each split point. So in this case, I've set the width to all of them to large. This is actually indicated on the with the LED color, so it will be green if there is no crossfade across the split point. It will be yellow for a small one and red for a large one. And what I've done is I have a piano sound as a foundation, then I've added a vibe sound between here and a bass sound down here, which are cross-fading across the split points. This means that I can play chords wherever I want without being too afraid of having an odd sound all of a sudden when I move across the split point. So it's really... As you notice, the bass sound fades out and the vibe sound fades in as I go up here. I'm also using reverb on just the vibes here. Really useful. I'm sure a lot of you will enjoy playing around with that. So lots of really cool new features here. I don't actually have time, or I don't think you have the time to spare for me going through everything that's new. So please just stay updated with following us on social media and checking out our website. Check out all the detailed specifications. We'll put out videos ourselves later on as well that will show you new features. So thanks for tuning in, and hope you get to check it out.